motion to approve the agenda as written.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the agenda as written. All those in favor?
Aye.
Discussion on the employee health insurance.
I think all council members have been given copies of, I believe, a deal from Tobias with United, and he gave us several choices to look over. And then we had one straight from a Blue Cross Blue Shield small group. Individual. Anyway, really, if all we decide this evening is just yes or no to go forward with our current state insurance, I mean, that's all we need to do. We just, because we have to give Morgan notice to give them notice one way or the other. They need to know by September 1. So, but if we can go forward on this, that would be great too. But we can also have time to look at other additional.
If you could kind of elaborate what you told me the other day, where basically the plan and everything that we're actually enrolled in is not the plan itself, but going through the state insurance. That according to, I guess it's Tobias that you talked with, it's pretty insane. Very, very, very few communities are actually using it.
Yeah, we're not getting the benefit because we don't have enough employers or employees. We don't get the benefit from the state. We're actually listed as non-state, so we are in a higher bracket within that state program. So, and in comparison, the Morgan ran a deal going back to 2020. Our rates are never one straight rate, one month to the next. They move all the time. Back in 2020, we were paying in January $8,600. By May, it was $6,700. July, it was back up to $9,500. And Morgan found out that in January is when the state program, they increase it based on the employees. And then in July, it changes again because it's the employer rate of change. But we are all over the board with these numbers. We were given some other health insurance companies to look at, and all of their numbers were lower than the state. So it's just up to the council if they want to go forward with the state or not, because I do think we can find, my opinion is we can find cheaper insurance, but I do know through at least the plan with Blue Cross Blue Shield, some of their options are very compatible, they're just real compatible with what you have currently. The deductible will go up.
Elaborate on what she was talking about as far as the premiums. Give you an example here. July 1st of 23, we paid basically $6,600 for the same policy. The very next month, we paid $10,200 for the exact same policy. So the rates are, there's not a flat rate like everybody is used to. And I don't know if we changed the number of employees during that time frame.
Some of those are.
Some of those are.
But like with this Blue Cross, it's called the Blue Care Quad option. Your deductible would go from $800 to $1,000 per person in that calendar year. So you'd be looking at $200 difference if that one is chosen. And then you go on up to a $2,000 deductible. But he said both their A and B options under the Blue Cross Blue Shield Blue Care were very, very worked with the state portion to find all that information out. So, now we don't have a health savings account, do we? We don't do anything like that. Okay.
Now, this insurance, is that just for employees or is it for the entire family?
Well, that would be for everybody. I mean,
So that's including their families?
Yes, yes. It's up to the council if we decide to keep paying for all of that going forward too. So, that's something that needs to be discussed too. So also with those options that I gave you from the Blue Cross Blue Care program, those numbers that I gave you, and the employees got their own numbers. There is a level funded plan, and Morgan turned in all the health assessments from the employees that get covered. And if we qualify, we can get another probably 15, if not more than that, 20% off of the totals that you were given. So, and the city could, you could opt, as the employer, you could opt for option B, C, D, A, whichever one. If the employee wants to choose a different option, then they could pay the additional increase, or if they go, it depends on how you use your coverage. I mean, if you use it a lot, you want the option A. There's an option D that's, 5,100 max out of pocket, and that's the max. So if you're planning on a big surgery or something like that, that might be the way to go. But you do have a choice within that. That Blue Cross Blue Shield, I mean, we all know that that's some of the better insurance there is. So, I mean, to me, hands down, that, and they had the cheaper numbers, so. Because we did get compared with Aetna, and what was that other one, United. So, and they do have vision and dental. So. The dental is included in that number that you guys were all given. We did not have the vision, and that's going to change it by $10 to $15 a month.
So dental is included, vision is not.
Correct. Vision is not. So,
I'll make a motion to cancel our current insurance.
We're not going to stay with what we currently
To
have.
cancel our current insurance.
As the current insurance is effective until January.
Basically,
We're under contract until January. The state sent Morgan a letter saying they needed to know that September 1, if we were going to stay with the state. And my recommendation is we will not. We will proceed to evaluate, and we can make a decision prior to probably the 1st of December, and have insurance on board the first of the year. Anybody have a problem with that?
don't we have to vote on it and follow these?
So now, you've made a motion. Not remove, redo. Jerry, did you say that?
No, it's going to have kind of reworked. We're not canceling the insurance. We're going to not stick with our current provider starting January.
Move insurance.
Motion has been made.
So you're just gonna move insurance.
Yeah.
Are you gonna try to stay with like for like?
As close as we can.
If possible, I
I make a motion that we do not renew our current insurance and look at our options.
I'll second that motion.
The motion has been made and seconded to evaluate other insurance with respect to him. And we're to notify the state by September 1, and we will not be going forward with the program.
Do we want to discuss anything further on it, or?
Does anybody have any questions or anything on it? Ask them.
Ask if everybody's.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No?
They give you any kind of inkling with those, what kind of leeway you needed to start the new policy? I know Earl said by 1st of December, is that give the insurance long enough to get?
Well, I would say by November, we need. to
Well,
make-
open enrollment is usually October 1st through October 31st. So if we have to qualify for that, I don't know what the rules are, but then we'd have to make a decision by October 1st for open enrollment.
I just know the gentleman with Blue Cross Blue Shield, that small group, he told me that, if we come to the decision to use them, he's gonna follow up with a phone call tomorrow. And then he can get some of the paperwork started. Those health evaluation forms won't come into place. He said that takes at least 10 days to 2 weeks. So,
If I'm not mistaken, and I can check tomorrow for sure because I have a stack of open enrollments that I've done through all the years, that I believe open enrollment is October 1st through the 31st, but it doesn't actually go in effect until
Till
January.
January 1st.
So,
Yeah.
at least we will just skip the open enrollment process until January, but if we go to Blue Cross, I don't know if we need to enroll by October, but surely not, because there can't be just one month out of 12 months only people can get on insurance.
Qualifying events, you can get on at any time.
Yeah.
Which includes a loss of insurance, but I think it's, Reese, is it only due to a change of job, or if your job
Changes.
cancels your current policy,
We
then
should be able to do a seamless transition.
and I think if we want to discuss a whole lot of the breakdown, we need to go into executive session.
We can't discuss anything personal.
Right. I mean, if you guys conclude that we've got enough, or if we need to look for something else.
I'm good with what we have.
I mean, you have a lot of information here, to be fair, for us to look at, and I think we have some good choices.
And if you guys got time to look at any other.
We kind of discussed it at work and looked at it, and you're right, it is very comparable. Small things have changed, but nothing that is going to
Yeah,
Cost.
probably, he said maybe some of your prescriptions and just the general out of pocket.
Yeah.
Doctor's visits, I think we're up a little bit, or what do you guys pay now?
Or like
20,
go
20.
20.
20, okay, these are 25, so on the
Which
A.
one year it was, I can honestly say, 1 year was 40. I paid 40 1 year, and then it went back down, so again, it's,
I
I think it was 25 when I started, and last year it went down to 20.
yeah. I know,
You're not
probably
wrong.
6 years ago it was 40.
We are not wrong.
I think it
How do they do that? 3-year contract.
Well, because they'll change your plan. You opt in, when you opt in, we get a pick, A, B, C, F, and D, or something like that. It's ones we get opt in, and you can decide through those. We never get to choose vision, prescription, or dental. It's the same one every single time, but depending on which one you opt in. And so 1 year, they could change plan A to whatever they want, and that's one that you opt in on, so that's why it's always.
Like I say, we could choose
Fluctuation.
option B, and then if somebody wants to upgrade to the A, you pay that difference, or if you want to do D.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, I can honestly say, I think Betty and Nick too, that we all walked in on plan A with what we have now. So, if it stays comparable to that would be nice.
A and B are very comparable.
So Nick, if you had a chance to look at it, and compare it, he should certainly have a chance to review it.
Oh,
Well,
compare
yeah,
to
we have
what
like
he
one,
had
I mean, we have a
Before
couple months.
any decisions are made.
we've got,
Rhonda brought us paperwork in the office,
Okay.
and she gave us like a,
Yeah,
it's different than what they have a little bit, but, she
Yeah.
gave us the
I think
breakdown.
Rhonda did a good job getting all the information out to us.
Did you get a copy?
I've got a copy, I just been studying for my test I took today, this week, so I haven't had time to sit down and look at that paper.
Yeah, but I mean, when Rhonda gave it to us, she also said like, we're not choosing insurance tonight, this is just to show us that
we don't
there's.
have to.
Yeah, we don't have to, but there's,
And
There's
they
really
were,
close
they were
options.
given a copy of what their
Our cost would be.
cost would be. They know their cost.
Good.
So. Like I say, if we want to
Yeah,
go
we're not left out
discuss
this
it,
time.
we can do
Anybody
that.
want to go discuss it further? Executive session, talk about the personal side of it.
I mean, we're not gonna make a decision on tonight on which insurance we're gonna go with, correct?
Right now.
So, we're not gonna make a decision tonight on which one we're gonna
We
change.
can't, it's totally.
So I'm good with not for me.
And how are we going to determine which plan we go with, A, B, C, or D? or
Well, if
whichever
you
one?
decide to go with Blue Cross, I mean, you've got the ones to look at for, you know, but the Blue Cross, to me, hands down,
I just don't want to kick it down the road too far and crap the plate.
well, I just know we want to talk about kind of some specifics.
We would put it on the next meeting.
We have a lot.
Yeah, we have a lot of it.
Yeah, but this has,
Just take
it's
it.
time sensitive.
I'd say let's go in for 10 or 15 minutes, I don't know. That's what
Might as well. Let's get it.
How much time do you think? How much time do you want?
no more than 15.
Go ahead and make a motion. Start with 6.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we go into executive session for health insurance at 6:23 for 15 minutes.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Executive session.
Aye. Back to regular sessions, no decisions were made.
I'll make a motion